Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, have no fear. Big Chocolate is here.
Big Chocolate. That's fuck. I'm starting calling you Big Chocolate Dion Green from each week. It's Valentine's Day week. Isn't chocolate the language of love, as they say in the room, Dion?
That's what all the ladies tell me.
That's
well, all
true.
the single moms anyway, but that's a different story.
You know what's really sad about that, though, Dion?
What's that?
You cut yourself off from every woman who's a diabetic.
Damn.
I mean, I know you like chunky white ladies. A lot of them are diabetics.
Well, hey, sometimes sacrifices got to be made, and sometimes they needed the last ride of their career, and baby, forget your insulin shot. Come get you some.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Good answer. That man chuckling in the background is the last Danny Simone. Big rig, Nick Utown.
Oh, God. Dion's going to get him coming and going.
Womp, womp.
Oh, jeez.
And finally, the happiest man on the planet, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
I'm just going to let Nick continue to a failure of a joke.
Thanks, buddy. Love you too.
So much.
Oh, man.
All right, folks. So this is episode 206 of World Class Bullshitters. You're thinking to yourself, I thought you guys went live on Thursdays. Well, I have to go back to Ohio for some stuff, so we're doing tonight's show on Wednesday. But we have a full show packed with all kinds of fun, juicy Smolett goodness. So, yes, I fucking said that. So first off, we got to start this show out like we always do, and we want to talk about our Patreon. So we want to thank our newest patron. This man joined at the highest tier. Our new patron, Frank. So, Frank, thank you very much for joining Patreon at the highest tier. That is going to get you all kinds of stuff. So make sure that if you're a patron, and a lot of you are, that you're exercising your rights, because we have all sorts of options and things you can do to be on the show, recommend topics. We'd love to make it happen. And most importantly, thank you for supporting this channel. But over on Patreon, you guys are going to get some new content. First off, today, you actually got the 2020 World Class Bullshitters Hall of Fame inaugural class. Over the last couple of weeks, we made a ballot. We voted. The nominations were tallied up, and we have our first inductees into the 2020 class. Now, you as a patron can also vote. So Kendo and I in the video tell you exactly how to vote. But Kendo, briefly, we'll just talk more about it off air, excuse me. But you can check that out over there. And also, if you want to hear us talk some politics stuff tomorrow at noon, 12 Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about that over on Patreon. So that'll be a fun little thing we do every once in a while. If you like it, let us know. We'll do it more often, because there's always a lot of shit to make fun of in the shit show that is 2020. But that's that. Now, tonight, we're going to be playing a game throughout the stream like we always do. Is that true, Dion? Sonic doesn't care about black people?
That's the rumor. My wife came into some funny dialogue, and that's what I've been informed. So breaking news here: Sonic doesn't care about black people.
So we're canceling Sonic the Hedgehog tonight, right?
I think hashtag cancel Sonic the Hedgehog's in order.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, that little blue bastard's getting away with a lot. Look what he's doing to Birds of Prey.
That's not all his fault. I got a bone to pick with comic resource. Those motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, jeez, man. I watched the movie. I watched it yesterday. Ooh. Yeah.
So here's tonight's game. There we go. Sorry, the internet's acting slow here. So, folks in the chat, we want you to play along at home with us tonight. This is a little spicier than we normally play, but what the fuck? It's fun. It's Wednesday night. It's Valentine's Day week. So, write I have a kink and then let your keyboard expose you. So if you're listening on mobile, you can play it like that. And if you want to make up a fake kink and you're playing on the web browser, just do and make us laugh, and you'll get read on air. So you can play the kink game all through the night. And don't anybody tell anyone in the chat what we're doing. So the latecomers to the show will be like, why are we talking about our kinks? I thought they were talking about Jussie Smolett and Taika Waititi Star Wars news. Oh, we are. You're just late to the party. You don't get the joke. So there we go, folks. You guys ready to start talking the news? Some fun stuff tonight?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Before we do, I just can't get over the fact that Hillary thinks that Sonic doesn't like black people. That would break Devin's heart.
It would, and also it would change changed so many outlooks on the blue speeder. You know, just like, damn, man, you was one of us, man. You was one of the colors, man. What the hell?
I honestly think Diane would be very happy to hear that news because that way she can justify not buying any more Sonic the Hedgehog shit.
Yeah, she'd be so happy. She'd be so fucking happy.
Oh, well. Anyway, first piece of news is very joyous. So how do we all feel about one Rick Moranis?
Love him. He's the fucking
Love him
man.
and miss him.
Well, you don't have to miss him for much longer, Nick.
Okay. What are you saying? Is he coming to Horror Hound? What's going on?
No, he's coming back to acting.
By the
awesome.
gods.
Yeah. It's a bittersweet announcement. Actor Rick Moranis has been signed to appear in Disney's upcoming Honey, I Shrunk ... But he's coming out of retirement to play Wayne Zelinsky in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sequel.
Honey, I Shrunk My Dick. Sorry.
No, we should make that into a t-shirt and sell it when the movie comes out.
It should just be Honey, I Shrunk, and then just a line where you can write things there.
Oh, yeah. No, wait, that should be tonight's word game. Fuck the Kings, Honey, I Shrunk my ... Yeah.
Either make it Honey, I Shrunk or Honey, I Shrunk My.
Yeah.
One or the other, and put in.
I got a better one than that.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Come on.
Honey, you shrunk my bank account, you bitch.
Ooh. That's the one hits a little close to home. It feels like for you there, buddy. You all right? You didn't want to talk about it?
Who the hell would be shrinking my own bank account besides me?
I mean, that sounds like someone who's in a very bank account shrinking relationship would say.
Is that a sentence?
Sure, okay. I have no idea. Moving on.
But you started the joke. You don't get to decide to move on.
I do when you guys fucking ruin it.
No, negative. Denied.
Just like you deny seeing Dark Fate.
Oh.
You bastard.
Yes.
This one is kind of harsh. Honey, I Shrunk Our Marriage.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh.
Well,
Ouch.
sometimes you need to.
Yeah. So we'll be playing that all night tonight, folks. But yeah, so I heard this news and I thought to myself, awesome, more Rick Moranis, or as we jokingly say on the show, Moranis. But that means no Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters Afterlife. No Louis Tully Secret Surprise.
That sucks.
We don't know that. That still could have happened because they've already filmed a good chunk of that movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if this is going to be his big announcement, yeah, that'll be the big thing. People will be lining up to see that. Ghostbusters lost a little bit of its thunder, if you ask me.
That's an understatement. Lost a little bit of its thunder.
Oh, you weren't excited for this movie?
I am excited for the movie, but I mean, just because it's Paul Rudd, I'm not going to shit myself with anticipation that, hey, maybe they didn't fuck this one up, because reboots and rehashes and late sequels that have gone on for years and years and years, sure, she ain't exactly been doing all that well.
True.
Plus, you know, it's Sony. Sony's like biggest thing is like, how can we fuck this up? Let me think. Oh, very simply. And I don't trust Sony at fucking all.
I don't either, but I think they know this movie needs to be a success for them to ever make Ghostbusters anything else moving forward. Because this is it. True. If you fuck this up, Ghostbusters is dead forever.
Oh yeah, that's a two-time loser at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This ain't baseball.
That's right.
We do have one other piece of news in regards to 80s nostalgia, and I just found this out right before we went on air. Nick, this was dedicated to you because I know how much you love this movie. We all love this movie, but I feel like this one is a special thing for you. So where did I put it? Oh, wait, it's in a different tab. So give me a second. Keep talking about Rick Moranis.
I mean, he's the fucking man. He did blow up his baby, which, I think he should answer some questions for. True. And then he kept looking at another man, Schwartz, which is fine. It's 2020, but come on, dude.
Yeah, that was back in the 80s when it was kind of frowned upon.
Right. It wasn't really harassment back in the 80s. Look at another man, Schwartz.
Yeah, I mean, and he was also in the Flintstones.
That's true.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I keep
And-
forgetting he was
yeah.
in the Flintstones.
Yeah,
Holy
and
shit.
also Little Giants.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So Nick,
Fucking-
this was for you, man.
Oh jeez, I'm that worries me heavily.
Yeah. So Fox
It
is developing
should.
a Goonies TV reboot, sort of. And I'll read this to you guys. Fox Television has begun development on a Goonies semi-reboot TV pilot revolving around a troubled teacher who attempts to create a shot-for-shot remake of the cult 1985 film alongside 3 students, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Here's an official description via The Hollywood Reporter. After failing to make it in New York and carrying a heavy secret with her, Stella Cooper returns to her distressed automotive hometown to substitute teach. She finds inspiration, hope, and ultimately salvation when she agrees to help 3 students who are pursuing their filmmaking dreams by putting on an impossibly ambitious shot-for-shot remake of one of their favorite movies, The Goonies. Over the course of the season of potential series, their passion will inspire a town of desperate need of hope in this love letter to the power of cinema, storytelling, and dreams. And this Goonies group of young teens will go on a treasure hunting adventure to find pirate gold and save their town from greedy developers.
This sounds awful.
Yeah, this does sound really awful because here's the thing: this is a very finite show. Like maybe 3 seasons, if that. Even like this is something that you cannot extend longer than that. Like there's no way.
I feel like this sounds like an episode of the Goldbergs. Like this is something Adam would go do with all of his friends. This doesn't sound like an actual TV series. It's not the worst concept in the world, but for a TV series, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was like the Goldbergs, it was like a 3-episode arc. That's fine. But anything longer than that, and I think you're gonna lose people's attention, especially for like to do this for a show. You're gonna lose people's attention real quick because you can't do this all in one season.
No.
It would not make sense. You'd have to extend it over 3 seasons, and even then, is it a whole year of the kids being in is it also like a full year of school for the kids and cut up in 3 seasons? And like, how would you do that? It's a really weird thing to do. Because I mean, you'd have to have like the Christmas episode 1 season, then the Halloween episode another season. Like, it'd be a weird thing to do.
Plus, you can't do it without Richard Donner.
100%. You can't do it without him. 100%.
Now, Dion, any more thoughts on this?
This is a bad plan. PLAAN, bad plan. Yeah, it's a terrible idea. I mean, unless you're gonna somehow, like, I get, like, if you were to have this group call themselves the Goonies, and then maybe they get into different adventures where they're hunting for treasure or something, maybe you could do that. But that's a skinny ass bridge. But the way it sounds now, where it's she comes back to her town and these kids are remaking the Goonies to save the town. It's like this sounds like some fucking like Glee level shit. And I just it's like, hey, we like this thing, you like this thing. This is our play on this thing. Like, bitch, I don't want you to play on it. If you're gonna do something, do it the right way. You gotta. It just sounds like no one screen checked anyone else working on this project, and not someone. There's definitely no one that was like, dude, this is a bad idea, man.
Guaranteed.
Shut up, Jerry. Get the fuck out.
Guaranteed. The people who thought of this and who are doing it are no older than like 24, 25, and they're all in their room sitting with the executives, and they're like, "How about we do this?" Like, "Oh yeah, everybody loves the Goonies, and they're gonna love this. It's gonna be a great idea." And those kids are like, just to keep their job, like, "Yeah, it's a good idea. We'll just receive this much money, and we're gonna make it. It'll be awesome." Because this is a shit idea.
Or it's a group of 24-year-olds, 25, 26-year-olds, and fucking Greg talked about how much he loved this movie, and they were like, you know what? Let's make a movie where the people are making the movie about that movie. And he was like, that's not what the fuck I meant. Shut up, Greg. Get out of here. And then they were like, we're going to make this terrible idea for a TV show. Like, listen, I'm not saying that, my idea would be perfect, but shit, man, like there are ways to take risks in doing the whole, we're making a shot for shot remake of the thing that people love risk. That one doesn't sound like it's gonna fucking pan out very well.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't make. I know it wouldn't be as lucrative, but you could make a short run of comics or whatever about the kids, or something like that.
Yeah,
why not go that route or something, so you can extend the story without fucking up what's the age thing, whatever. You can be like, oh, here are like 6 stories of them, doing things in the town, and that's it.
Right.
Be done with it.
Like, yeah, it's just I just don't, our movie's gonna be about making the movie of that movie. It's like, no, that shit never fucking turns out well. God, like, stop, man. Either you're doing a continuation or it's their kids, or the Goonies were a legend in their town, and it's the kids who went to the same school and they take up the name Goonies and they get in their own adventures or some shit. I don't know, something like that seems a lot more plausible than, hey, here's this movie and we're making a movie based on the movie in the movie. Motherfucking meta. It's like,
Inception.
Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio can come out with a gun and be like, Goonies never say die. Just like fucking shooting that shit. Like, no, we don't want that.
I would actually sign up to see DiCaprio freaking out, screaming, Goonies never say die, as he kills like a whole. I don't know.
No. All it is that he thinks he's a cop, but he's really in like mental asylum clothing, and he has a wooden gun in his hand that he thinks he's shooting with. That's all it is.
So I don't think it sounds like a good idea.
No, man. This is I mean, like I love that movie. I think it's on Prime right now, and I've watched it 3 or 4 times. But it's just like, I mean, yeah, make it. All you could do is make a comic or make a cartoon of it. Even the cartoon is risky. I would say make comics of it or whatever, but that's about it. I wouldn't go any further than that, because you can't do a part 2 because it's been 35 years. Just don't do it.
It exists in a world where it's kind of perfect the way it is.
No, it is, and it's like the thing. The thing is perfect in the way it is, and you can't. You can try to remake it and you're going to screw it up. You can try to make a prequel sequel thing to it and screw it up, but you're never going to recapture what that thing is. So.
By the way, we have a super chat from Cesaria Japan that reads, Moranis will never be Dark Helmet. Press F in the chat. I'm going to press F in the chat for that.
Dark Helmet.
I'm really sad. Yeah, so yeah, the Goonies, oh god, Goonies never say die, but Kendo does, because we just lost him. So let's press F in the chat for Kendo. Oh no. Hey, you, Kendo! And he's gone.
Oh, darn.
Fuck, dude, we lost him.
Jeez.
He's back now. All right, so folks out there in the chat can see that we clearly changed our image to this random bearded guy in front of the logo of Star Wars. Do we know who this is? Kendo, who's the man on screen?
Isn't that Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi it is. He is now Academy Award-winning Taika Waititi. Anyway,
I was going to say he looks like the guy who runs my gas station store.
Damn, man.
Oh boy.
One more thing before we do start all this. Tonight on After Hours, we're going to be talking about the Corey Feldman documentary. It's a little too spicy for YouTube. Those are some things we're not going to get into. But yeah, we'll have some fun with, not even really have fun. We're just going to talk about it, because remember, we talked about him a couple years ago, and we've actually followed this story. If you listen to every episode we've ever had, you'll slowly listen to the Corey Feldman saga unravel here on this show. So there we go. Now, Star Wars is the thing that brought a lot of people to this channel. I'd say most people to this channel. And the future of Star Wars is very grim, to say the least. Now, there's been news, there's been rumors, there's been speculation about what's happening with Star Wars next. Is it off cinemas screens and only going to be on TV screens? Is it going to be only games and comics and toys for a while? This, that, and the other. Well, we at least know that Taika Waititi isn't directing a Star Wars movie yet, and he actually has a few reservations. Now, he would direct a Star Wars film if it wasn't career suicide. Now, before we even get into this shit, let's talk about what that means. If Star Wars wasn't career suicide, who was Star Wars career suicide for, boys?
J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know whoever else is involved with it.
Yeah. I don't think that Taika Waititi wants the stink of modern Disney Star Wars on his resume.
I love how that's a thing now. He's like, everyone doesn't want to do Star Wars because like it might screw up the resume. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to touch that because I don't want to be yelled at on the internet for like 3 years. Just no.
Well, I mean, you could just not do a terrible job.
That's true.
because I mean I don't see people yelling at Jon Favreau and it being career suicide for him. But then again, he didn't fuck it up.
That's very true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good decision because I mean he's done Marvel movies here and there, and that's fine. But doing Star Wars is completely different, and I'm kind of glad he's hopefully not taking the job just yet.
Well, he hasn't. He actually has a quote right here. So, speaking with Variety, Waititi once again debunked the notion that any serious conversations have taken place in regards to him directing a Star Wars film. But it sounds like he has a future in Star Wars if he wants one. So, Taika Waititi himself says, I think people see me hang out with these people, especially with Star Wars, and think I am having some big discussion about it. I would fucking love to if it was right. I wouldn't want to do any kind of movie. I'd want to do any kind of movie if it made sense and if it felt not like career suicide. So, again, people want to talk about how this person's guaranteed for Star Wars, locked in, rumors, this, that, or the other. It's not happening. He has no sort of he's not having any big conversations with Lucasfilm or Disney, because Lucasfilm and Disney aren't having any big conversations about Star Wars themselves. It's sort of a, we gotta keep the strong arm up until The Rise of Skywalker hits video, and then that's it. And we're just gonna let Star Wars kind of go away for a little while. Wow, this car behind me.
Which is good. I mean, I'm glad we're getting Mandalorian season 2 this year. That's really awesome. I was wondering if they were going to do that or if they were going to let it happen in 2021. But it's good they're doing it this year. So I'm real excited for that. Hopefully, season 2 they still give them the same. Dr. Ever's still doing stuff and they're still keeping that same pacing. That'd be nice.
Well, I'm thinking that it's convenient that season 2 comes out right when the 1-year free subscription to Disney Plus ends for Verizon customers. So they're probably going to be banking on that. Like, oh, Mandalorian was so hot, you got to stick around for another X, Y, and Z amount of time. And I don't know. I honestly don't know how it's going to work.
Learn how to acquire movies and TV shows in other ways besides, the way they want you to pay for it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Brad.
R.
Mm-hmm.
R.
No, I was just building on that. He said how to, learn to get him another way, and I said R.
No, we got it. Just the joke was really shitty. I don't know. At this point, obviously, people laughed at it. That's usually what happens when you make a funny joke. But
I take back everything I said last Thursday.
No, baby. It was. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that, baby. Don't be like that, boo. Listen, I'm still one of the few in the camp, as much as obviously Star Wars fucking doesn't give a shit about his fans. It's not necessarily career suicide. I just think that at this point, Lucasfilm has done so much damage to their name that there are a lot of directors and people, especially, I'm sure it's not just directors. I'm sure it's a lot of people who, work behind the camera, don't want to deal with a fucking cinema oligarchy. You don't want to deal with someone who's going to fucking constantly be putting their paws into something. I mean, even with Rise of Skywalker, it took less than a week before the whole J.J. Abrams cut bullshit started talking, because people were so unhappy with working on that damn film. And that's even before we got to the whole conversation about how the film wasn't finished until 3 weeks before the movie fucking came out. So, it's a career ender if you can't guarantee certain aspects of the process. If you can guarantee certain aspects of the process, like Favreau did with Disney Plus, then it's not going to kill your career. But you can't make a feature film with them, and I mean, shit. I think the biggest example of it was Solo. You got to be able to guarantee that you can finish your movie without the studio stepping in, firing you, and bringing in Ridley Scott's red hat wearing ass to come and finish your fucking movie randomly. I mean, it's not that it's career suicide and the fact that being attached to it is going to kill your career, but it's fucking temporary suicide to have to deal with a studio that cannot fucking help themselves. I think that's the distinction that needs to be made.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to throw feelers out there to make people think that Star Wars has a plan. That's all I can say.
Which is even worse because it's like, how are you $1 billion studio and you need feelers? Like, what the fuck is like? It shouldn't be this way. There's no universe in which you should be like, man, we've got to set out feelers to see how the fans feel about certain people. Obviously, you're going with the hot hand. I mean, the dude was able to make a comedy about Hitler's youth. I mean, that's not research. That's you reading the room and being like, hey, people like this guy. Let's just have some shit come out. That's not a very professional fucking move. Like, if you'd have waited. If you'd have been saying this before, well after the Oscars, that's one thing. But like, what major studio that people take seriously fucking do that? Oh, this guy might work with us, and then the dude comes out and says there's no serious conversations. That makes you look fucking stupid. I can't understand how that. People who are getting paid six figures think that's a good idea, let alone look professional.
Well, folks in the chat, press 1 if you think Taika Waititi is going to actually do a Star Wars film, and 2 if not. So yes, for 1 for yes, he'll do a film. 2 for no, he will not do a film. Nick, Kendo, do you have anything else you want to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the Star Wars movies anymore. The show, I mean, Mandalorian's what I really care about now. And I mean, they keep teasing to like, oh, we're gonna do Knights of the Old Republic movie or something like that. I'm just like, don't do it because you're gonna screw it up. You're gonna try to make it your own and try to not go with the story and not follow the video games or anything that's come out, and then you're gonna mess up. Everybody's gonna be mad at you, and you're not gonna make any money. And it's gonna be a pain in the ass. You're gonna spend all this time and effort and stuff doing, trying to make the toys and everything, and it's gonna be another flop, and you're gonna, still owe more money to, to Hasbro or something because of it. I mean, even, I remember during their VOD thing where they was launching that, they weren't gonna make a profit on it until 2025. So they're still banging on that now, and they just keep pulling things off of that and putting them back on. I mean, it's that company's a shit show now ever since they bought Fox. They have no idea what they're doing.
Well, did you hear that? Okay, sorry, Kendo.
Hello?
Okay.
No, that wasn't Kendo. Did he say something? He's coming back.
Was.
He's a ghost. The ghost of Kendo, the Force ghost, is talking to us through the internet. It's him. He was the spy.
I knew it.
Yeah, and it's funny, too. Like, when you look up Star Wars in the news, it's so dead right now. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. Nobody cares, man.
No one cares.
Yeah.
So, while Kendo's rebooting, because he's dead, apparently, to us, I almost want to wait a minute till he gets back to talk about whatchamacallit, Jussie Smolett. So, Carl Manver sent in a super chat that says, Waititi is a racist, cringy piece of shit diversity hire. Ooh, strong word.
Oh, man.
About that, I mean, I think if that were the case, they'd probably go for the easy thing and go for like a black person, since they love that thing, love that whole argument. I don't think he would be a diversity hire. I think again, it's the hot hand. Plus, if diversity hires the argument people are making, I think people only making it because he talks with an accent. I don't think that necessarily qualifies. I think again, this is Disney simply doing the spit into the fucking wind and hope it doesn't come back in their face. Now, if they had picked, a specific director and then were outwardly going out or trying to get certain publications to talk about, hiring someone of a different color, then I would kind of fall in line with that train of thought. But this one, yeah, I'm not feeling that one.
By the way, Kung Fu has made up a rumor that's fun. He says Jeff has a third nipple he rubs when he's nervous about a new Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars project. Thank you. I just don't know how you knew that.
Because you're the man of the golden gun. That's why.
I guess so. So
that's funny shit.
Kendo, you're back. I wanted to wait for you to talk about our next topic of the evening, because we had talked about this guy quite a bit back in April. I keep wanting to say August. April. You guys remember Star Wars Celebration and how nice it was?
Oh yeah, totally, bro.
You remember how we went out, we hung out with the fans, we met people, we partied, we had probably the best time as a channel we've ever had.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Do you remember how we would go
Yeah.
out and to downtown Chicago, and every time we'd see a Subway, we'd make a joke about this guy?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's back in the news.
My man.
Sure is.
Jussie Smolett.
Jussie Smolett.
Yeah.
Now, last time we talked about him was last year, obviously, when no charges were going to be brought up for the bullshit that he pulled. But now it looks like everything's coming back around full circle, and he's in trouble. So have you guys heard about this yet?
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Sure
I know nothing about this. What's happening?
Okay, sorry, I was reading. I'm just going to read the super chat real quick because it's too funny to ignore. It comes from Bjorn to Kill. He says, Nick, you look like a hairy guy. When you take a dump, is it like trying to wipe peanut butter out of a shag carpet?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. So first it looked like Kendo moaned when he wiped his ass. Now Nick, when he wipes his ass, it's like peanut butter and a shag carpet. I'm sensing a trend here.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Somebody's into scat play.
Yeah, but I say some reason to German scat porn.
It's dungeon. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
that's his kink.
so back to our friend Jussie Smolett, as Dave Chappelle calls him. Jussie Smolett is accused of lying to CPD, indicted on 6 counts of disorderly conduct. In a story that Fox 32 News broke first, former Empire actor Jussie Smolett was indicted Tuesday in Chicago by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb, stemming from an alleged racist and anti-gay attack on him that occurred in January of 2019. He's due in court on February 24th, and he said in a statement that the charges that stem from the 4 separate false reports that he gave to police, in which he contended he was a victim of a hate crime, knowing that he was not the victim of a crime, he's going to be charged for that. And I'm not going to read the statement. I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah, but didn't they throw the whole thing out of court or some shit?
Yeah.
So his part got thrown out. Then they were going to charge it, and then they decided not to. We kind of briefly talked about it, and I said at the time, I was like, I wouldn't say that he's not going to get charged with anything because there's a litany of shit that he can get charged with. But, when they originally stopped the investigation based on his claims, and then they originally were talking about taking him to court, let alone it was for the cost. I don't think they were actually going to charge him with a crime. They were going to charge him with the cost it took to investigate it because they had a lot of people looking for these guys because obviously it was a hate crime. So, they're not necessarily, it's not the same thing they were going after when they originally went after his ass when he got caught in a lie. So, this one is probably, technically separate charges on top of shit that they wanted to charge his ass with the first time.
Jeez. So it's taken them a while to get through it and finally charge him with something. That's ridiculous, man.
Well, no, I mean, investigations take a long time. Obviously, a lot of times they're not going to charge you with something before they've concluded an investigation, especially with, when you start that process, that means that you have all the evidence you need as opposed to taking your time, getting the evidence and then filing charges, with the district attorney. So, it is, and all in all, this is not, necessarily, I mean, you can make the argument that they did this very quickly to do this within a year, just over a year rather. That you could make the argument that they did this very fast because at this point they're probably been investigating him, the dudes that that they found out were his accomplices, people that he talked to, people that he fucking worked with. I mean, they probably even talked with people at the fucking bank because apparently he got caught writing these motherfuckers a personal check. So just over a year is about the right amount of time to bust somebody for trying to accuse someone of a fucking federal crime.
Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts, man.
But don't you remember all the people that said he should have been charged because of the racist climate of 2019 America? And all came up with it.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
I know.
let the motherfuckers investigate shit first. You know.
No, I remember the first, I think it was the first week that it happened. Everyone's like, "Oh, fuck those guys! They were wearing Trump hats and carrying ropes and had Nigerian accents and were also Nigerian and nobody carries ropes in Chicago and
Nobody wears MAGA hats in Chicago.
nobody wears MAGA hats in Chicago in public.
Yeah.
There's a lot of holes in this. Yeah.
Who goes out for Subway at 3 a.m. in a polar vortex?
I mean, right, and that's probably the first point where you're like, really, dude? Like you couldn't, and it happens to be at night in a place where no one else was like, so there, obviously a lot of people who do that job for a long time, they apparently smell bullshit from the very beginning, and then come to find out he's having a contract dispute with Fox. Okay, so now so it's if anything, this entire situation shows stupid people on both sides. We're like, yo, don't be looking to ruin some people's lives because someone may or may not have jumped somebody. It's like, yo, like there's a reason, there's a process to this shit. Everyone getting on Twitter, justice for Jussie. Like there's a reason why you don't fucking jump the gun on this stuff. There's a specific fucking reason, and it sure shit didn't just start in 2019.
Yeah.
No, but I think this also is kind of a dangerous thing because it gets people all riled up. People say shit, things happen, relations break down, and then it's like, oh, it never happened, but people are still mad. Still people still feel this way about a friend or this or that. And it really, his story, like, I don't know if he was trying to make a comment on racism or this or that, but like, he didn't help any kind of cause he could possibly have. I think he just hurt people more than he helped anybody, including himself.
That's what sucked, because he was doing it because he wanted a new contract with a TV show. He wasn't doing it, and that's the bullshit that made me so mad about it is, again, he wasn't trying to, some altruistic, him doing something for people that he cares about. He was doing it for himself, let alone that he fucking hired two people, to fucking to get involved with his bullshit because he wanted more money at his job. That was it. And then obviously the backlash is fucking crazy, but that's the thing that's the most fucking damaging.
Yeah. He wasn't making any type of political statement or anything. He was just trying to help himself.
Yeah, and it's backfired in his
It's
face in
blown
a
up
huge,
I was gonna say,
huge way.
Spectacularly.
Yeah, I mean, you tried pulling this stuff off, thought you were smarter than everybody else, and clearly you're not because you're an actor.
Exactly, right? Like, be an actor, bitch. Like, stick to that.
Yeah, and obviously not a very good one because he got caught. So, oh well.
Yeah. Right. Well, sure as shit couldn't act when it counted the most, could he? But that's what's so nuts. Then obviously, yeah, there's the damage that it does culturally, like people on both sides looking like assholes. Told you so, or no, I did. Oh, see, this is why. It's like fuck, man. Like this had nothing to do with any of that shit. This dude was being an asshole, taking advantage of shit because he thought he was smarter than everybody else, and he wasn't. Now he's wearing sunglasses in the fucking courtroom, looking like an asshole because he's an asshole. It's God, man, it's just like, people don't think about this shit before, especially actors. This dude doesn't give a shit about any of that. And then it was how quick he played all those cards when it happened, and it's just like, it's just, this dude was a complete scumbag, and trying to take advantage of shit that he clearly had no understanding about. That's what's so goddamn dangerous about it.
Oh yeah.
So, this was just kind of, I don't know. Do we think he's going to go to jail? Do you think he's actually going to get, prosecuted all the way through, or?
I think he'll get convicted of some. I mean, he'll probably plead down depending on what they have, So I mean, I don't think he'll go to fucking prison or anything.
He'll get community service and a fine.
Yeah.
If that even.
Now, I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I never realized that this dude was in the Mighty Ducks.
Was he?
Really?
He the cake eater kid?
Yeah. Was that him?
I guess so. Yeah, that's him. Jussie Smolett was in. Oh my God. Yeah, he was in Mighty Ducks.
Well, it's been a banner year for people that were the Mighty Ducks, apparently.
I know, right?
We sacrificed Goldberg for this asshole.
Yeah. At least Goldberg were willing to help.
I guess so. Poor Goldberg. We miss you, dog. We miss you, man.
Yeah.
Get better,
Come
buddy.
back to the light. Come back to the light.
Yeah, that's a different type of self-inflicted problems. That's one that you actually feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, that's one I kind of would be like, can we help him?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Jussie Smolett or Jussie Smolett or whatever you fucking call him. Mighty Ducks.
Damn.
Huh.
Just like all back that time in the 90s, he was like, how could I fake a hate crime? I do it on skates.
Probably stems from that. You know, when he was on the Mighty Ducks and they were on the Oreo line, he's like, that's some racist shit. I'll get back at him one day. You just wait.
God. Well, obviously, he sure as hell doesn't have his brain develop any more than when he was in the fucking Mighty Ducks.
Right.
They were wearing hats, MAGA hats, and that I was just trying to get me a fucking a chicken club on wheat, and then they jumped me and they tied a noose around my head, and they totally weren't two black dudes.
Well, that's one thing you got to worry about in Chicago when it's -10 outside is those MAGA patrols.
Yeah, man, they know how to catch us in the fucking blazing cold.
Yeah, because everybody knows that Chicago is synonymous with, Trump strongholds.
Right.
He's huge there.
Oh my god. Yeah, him and his cronies just paroling the whole streets.
Yeah.
With ropes in their hands and hats on, just
Yeah, just out in the open at 3:00 in the morning, and
like hanging around many a subway, just
we're gonna take back this city of Chicago.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the gay dude from Empire.
Yeah.
Oh shit, is that him outside a subway? Let's go get his ass.
As the white voice on this channel, I can tell you that regularly at 3:00 in the morning, we suddenly have this urge to go on MAGA patrols.
Yep.
Like, hey, we gotta go make an example of somebody. How cold is it outside? -20. Fuck them. Let's get them.
perfect.
That's the best thing that made me laugh is him being like they knew who he was at 3:00 in the morning outside of a subway. They were just walking. Man, it's a good thing. Hey, Henry, it's a good thing we got this rope. I know, man, because we're gonna hold on, Bill Bob. Is that Jussie Smolett from Empire? You know what, brother? Yes, it is. Let's go get his ass. Let's just go across the street.
First of all, if they sound like that and they watch Empire, the world's in a better place.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
In that case, they sound like that. They probably like Jussie Smollett. Hey,
Yeah, but
man,
it's
can I get an autograph? I fucking love that song you did in Empire. It reached out to me and my son Billy Bob here. We are huge fans, sir. Can I please have your autograph? Can you actually, if you write it on that Subway wrapper, that'd be perfect.
Definitely a Kodak moment.
So, who do you think is going to be worse off career-wise, Jussie Smollett or Amber Heard?
That's all Amber Heard, dude.
I mean, they're a match made in heaven right now. They both need to just get married and get it over with.
They'll be BFFs. They can get their own A&E show.
Yeah. I can see Juicy probably bounces back a bit, better than
they need to get their own. They need to get their own podcast. Two assholes, one mic.
Yeah.
Well, I think too. People. Jussie Smollett's got certain people in his. Fucking Anthony Anderson and shit saying dumb shit in interviews, somewhat trying to make excuses for him. With Amber Heard, I mean, she ran head first into that fucking brick wall, and it's gonna be a tough fucking sell, especially when you got it's Johnny fucking like you did this to Johnny Depp. I mean, he's one of the most beloved white boys in American history. There is no even if you somehow get a studio or an agent or someone to take you back on after this shitstorm, the fans aren't going to forgive that shit. I mean, God, you did it to Johnny Depp, let alone the Pirates of the Caribbean fans with their crazy fucking asses. They're going to be saying, where's the rum? And you beat Jack Sparrow and weird shit like that. They're not going to forget that shit. Like, Jussie Smollett has Empire fans. Let's calm down. Empire fans aren't exactly sniffing the jock of anyone that matters. Fucking Johnny Depp fans, this dude's been doing this shit for 30 plus years. People love that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. And I mean, yeah, people. I think people are going to remember her for a while because of her calling him out and being like, "Oh, he beat me," and then it's turned around and being like, "No, she was the one doing the beating, and he never touched her, and he's just kind of just over it now and just trying to get away from her, and just she's a piece of shit, and it's gonna be real funny for her to try to get her career back because I mean, she may go the way of what is it? Is it Katherine Heigl?
Yeah, dude. I mean. I wouldn't even, because even Katherine Heigl got that shitty ABC show, and even then they were like, "Yeah, this ain't working out." Cut her ass off. Now she's doing Kitty Little commercials. But I think the worst thing too is as much of an asshole as Jussie Smolett turned out to be. Amber Heard sounds like a fucking psychopath. Like she was doing like we said last week, she was doing shit that fucking war criminals do, like cutting the tip of his finger off and shit, and gaslighting him like a fucking abuser out of a goddamn TLC movie. She was. I mean, that woman looked like a goddamn villain, a straight up like she's not. And then to do all that, and then be the speaker ambassador for I think it was UCLA's women's group against domestic violence. That's crazy. Like this woman is like she shouldn't be around your dog, let alone another human being, because she's gonna fucking start abusing your dog and being like, "Yeah, you like that bitch? Shut up! I can't control myself."
Don't even give her a fish in a fishbowl, man. Don't do it.
Seriously.
Don't even give her a pet rock.
Dude, WCW is right too. She fucking pooped in his bed. How fucking crazy do you have to be to abuse someone and then take a shit in their bed that you also sleep in?
Yeah,
that's nutty peanut butter levels of crazy.
Yeah, that's Bjorn to Kill question level. So,
oh god, yeah, that's I mean, yeah, good.
And you know it's gonna be bad too because everyone out there in the media is dead fucking silent outside of the smaller organizations that are straight up calling her out and calling these organizations out. Because again, I mean, you've got UCLA and shit. You've got how many fucking articles did Vox put out about this shit? Specifically, Vox about Amber Heard. I mean, dude, Cosmo was calling. I think it was Cosmo. Time and them were saying that she was Woman of the Year and shit because of what she'd been through. Them being silent, boy. I mean, you've got some editors being like, "Yo, why the fuck didn't you guys know this, man?" It's fucking crazy. She's gonna get, even if she doesn't go to jail, she's gonna get raked over the fucking coals for this shit.
So I see a lot of people calling her Amber Turd in the chat. So
apparently that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say that fits at this point.
Well, do you want to transition from Amber Turd to Turds of Prey, the constipation of Harley Quinn?
Yes,
sure.
Isn't that like the perfect name for this movie?
Bro.
Turds. Well, no, they that'd be the third name change then that they had.
In a week.
They changed it Monday.
Yeah. So last week we talked about birds. Well, should we just refer to it as Turds of Prey the rest of the night?
Yeah, might as well.
Sure.
All right. What's another movie do you think that you could replace? It doesn't have to be phonetically the same, but like Turd. What do you think would be another good Turd title? I'm sorry, Turd title just got to me.
Damn, throwing us right on the spot. Fucking Turd's Glory.
Turdminator Dark Fate.
Ooh, Turdminator Dark Fate. Dion, are you offended by that one?
You know what? I'm getting so tired of all three of y'all. I'm about to go Birdman up in this bitch. Say I'm tired. I ain't hearing that. I ain't hearing this no more. All three of y'all. I ain't hearing this no more.
You and Lil Wayne are gonna make a single.
Listen, man, put some respect on my name, man. Put some respect on my name. I want to say it to all y'all's faces. Put some respect on my name. I ain't dealing with this no more. I need a shitty tattoo on my face and shave my head bald. And wear a tight black t-shirt.
Yeah, and you need a grill as well.
Yeah, and a grill.
Yeah.
How did you know about the tattoo face that we're going to have on our segment? The tattoo
by the gods.
I'm not joking. Seriously, I have one for the end of the show.
Hey, I'm world class, baby. I'm world class.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like fucking DC's movies right now.
Yeah, you're kind of like. So I haven't seen Birds of Prey. I actually have never made a single video on the quality of the film. I've just been commenting and making videos, comparisons about the marketing, and kind of filling in the audience about what's going on in the real world about the film. Now, Dion and Nick bit the bullet and went and saw this film.
Yes.
Dion, what did you think?
I'll start out here. It is almost in as much as they specifically ran Suicide Squad under the bus. And again, this is pointing at you, comic book resource, you shitty website, you. It is almost exactly like Suicide Squad. So overall, the movie itself doesn't make sense. It's not complete dog shit. I gave it a failing grade of 5 out of 10. It only got a 5 because it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Other than that, it has no understanding of the characters in it. It has a very, again, and we called this shit last week when we talked about it. They made this movie. It is so cringy that they made it about, well, it was me and the Joker broke up. There's no expiration of that. Again, they refuse. And then it's worse. It's worse in Birds of Prey. There is a straight up refusal to explore the notion of the fact that she was in an abusive relationship. They romanticize the shit out of that. It literally, her breakup is, oh, she got thrown out of a club and then they were broken up. And then she blows up the Acme factory, and then that's the sign to the world that Harley Quinn and the Joker.
No, not just that. They found her necklace, next to it.
Right.
And her not having her J necklace is the MacGuffin of just like, oh, they broke up.
Right. And then I've been on this weird kick of dissecting fight scenes, and especially for this one, none of these actresses know how to fight. I brought this shit up. So the fight scenes are very shittily put together, which is terrible for an action movie, right? So, Jeff and I were talking over New Year's and I watched that documentary on kung fu movies, and they got to a point where they're talking to Jackie Chan, and he was saying it's very easy to show and to tell when an actor doesn't know how to fight, because the way that so many kung fu and fighting movies are shot, it accentuates their abilities. Like, they'll show a punch from different angles to show that this person knows how to throw a punch, and this punch shows that accentuates the damage of the punch, all this other bullshit. And there's so many cuts in these fight scenes and so much use of slow motion when the stunt guys are flipping, or when she has the fucking grenade launcher with the bean bags in it and she hits them.
That scene pissed me off. That scene pissed me off because because she's in the fucking police station.
Yep.
All these guys have guns. Yep. Nobody's shooting at her.
Yes. And then, not to mention the fact when she first gets in there and you see it on screen, an entire group of cops are running away.
Yeah.
In the police station.
Oh yeah. And they have guns on their hips.
Yep.
But for some reason they will not. And this is right in our movie. Like, they didn't pull them out and start shooting at her, and she didn't dodge them or fucking use a bat or another thing, whatever. And it was so fucking weird when that scene happened. Even when she goes up to the detectives, the little detective area, or like the bullpen or whatever, and she's like, oh, where's this girl?
Yep.
Where's I forget her name, Cassandra Cain. And then she walks off, and nobody goes after her with a gun.
Yep.
Or anything like that. The only
they
cop to
put
do
their
that.
hands up before she walks in the room and no one's like, well, okay, well, let's pull our guns before she gets in here. Oh fuck! Oh, come on! It's her storming the police station in Gotham was the worst part of that movie. It was so clear that they were trying to make her out to be this fucking, essentially on the Joker's level. And it came off really fucking cringy. I mean, again, they keep showing her doing these fucking hurricanranas. Fucking Margot Robbie can't fight, and she, they worked really hard to fucking to build this movie around the fact that she's this badass, and it just comes off as a shitty fucking college editor's job of a goddamn movie. Let alone they fucking, Black Mask's actually cool because it's Ewan McGregor, and he does a very great job.
Dude, I didn't like him at all. He was he was a whiny bitch villain. I was like, dude, like he did so much fucking talking. I was like, just shut up and do something. Just shut up and do something. Quit
Which
talking.
is perfect because that's what Black Mask is. Black Mask.
Okay,
is a
all
whiny
right,
bitch.
that's okay.
So he
yeah.
did that great. Like especially when we do the boys trip, boys. We got to watch Under the Red Hood because Black Mask is in that, and he's being a yelly bitch the whole time. So, Ewan McGregor did a great job of being Black Mask at least, but they fucking neuter Victor's ass, who is one of the most, he's a low-level Batman villain, but he's a great fucking villain, and they do this they turn him into an eccentric, blonde-haired fucking weirdo, as opposed to the fucking crazy, sliced up, knife-wielding nut job that he is. And they fucking neuter him in this movie when you had a fantastic opportunity to have a true villain for this heroine that you're trying to put out, let alone, the other character, fucking Black Canary is a guy. She's so fucking annoying, and she's just there. She's a plot device the whole movie. She's just fucking there. Huntress, holy shit, she's again.
Oh god, dude, no. I remember the thing they kept doing is they kept going back and telling everybody's backstory. Like all of a sudden, they would just do it. They're like, "Oh yeah, Huntress, here's her backstory for 20 fucking minutes." Like, why are you doing this in the middle of the goddamn movie?
Right.
Like when they did that, it kept feeling like they were trying to copy Deadpool. I was like, Deadpool was hilarious because he kept doing this because it was funny. Mm-hmm. This is just like you trying to copy it and it doesn't work. So
yeah, it's really fucking dumb. And then again, the whole time, Harley is a piece of shit. Like, there's nothing endearing about what she's doing. She at no point do they explore the fact that, hey, she was a fucking psychopath murderer alongside the goddamn clown prince of crime in one of the most dangerous cities in the fucking world. In the whole movie, she's supposed to be this eccentric, shitty, blonde-haired person who can't fight, and they just never address it. Like, obviously Montoya, the chick from West Side Story, knows who she is, but like no one gives a shit that like the cops aren't like, holy shit, Harley Quinn is alone. Oh, she's a fucking crazy person. Let's arrest her. She's murdered people. She's fucking murdered people. And it's just like, oh, well, me and this kid, sorry to the thing, kid. And at the end, her and the kid are just fucking good again. And I'm just like, okay. Yo, she's a piece of shit, dude. She's a fucking villain.
Well, also, I love they did either a callback or a copy of fucking Ghostbusters 2016 because she has her apartment above a Chinese like food shop.
Yep.
And I was like, "What are you?" It's like, "What is it?" And like, he's like this old Asian dude, and he's really okay with her and everything like that, until he, fucks her over. But even then, he fucks her over, and like he's like moving all of his shit to another restaurant and just kind of puts the shit in his car while she's getting shot at or whatever. But I don't know, man. It just wasn't a comic book movie you're like excited to watch. It was just, man, it was like I'm watching this for the channel, and that's all it was, and I just didn't care for it, man.
Yeah,
I think
very clear money grab. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think the only thing I liked was like in the beginning, that little cartoon of like like what happened to her, and I thought that was kind of creative and different, but that was about it.
It was really dumb, and they, like there's no obviously they don't talk about the Joker in name, they don't show him, which I got over that part, but there's no explanation of her dealing with what the Joker fucking did to her. Like there's no Harley Quinn in this movie is nothing but a blonde-haired, pigtailed wearing bag of fucking catchphrases throughout the entire goddamn film, and it wears thin early in the goddamn movie, and you get no payment for sticking around for it. She just keeps saying goofy shit, and her obsession with this fucking breakfast sandwich, like they try to use that as like some hipster redeeming quality because she loves the dude who makes it. But it's like, she fucking I don't care about this. I don't fucking care.
It was the weirdest thing. Like they had a callback to it at the end, and they had it in the middle or whatever. I was like, what is like? I know she's hungry and she's hungover and shit, and she wants some food, but like this is retarded,
Yeah, it was. And then it's just her like this whole thing about the goddamn sandwich. At the end of the movie, she gets the goddamn sandwich. She's like, and oh yeah, I added her as my apprentice. Like that's a fucking thing now. That's what this movie's about.
Wait, is the movie narrated by her? It breaks the fourth wall.
Yes.
It's narrated by her, and it breaks the fourth wall constantly.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not in the Deadpool way where it's actually funny and the jokes are well thought out. It's just like, you know, oh, her again, and well, I was drunk as shit, and you know, after I broke up with Mr. J, and oh well, you know, with him, maybe it's the eggs that are expired and the small bits of Armenian hair, but no one makes breakfast sandwiches like him. And I'm like, what the fuck is why? What is the point of having this in this goddamn movie?
Well, we got a super chat from Dio Branda who asked, Birds of Prey or Captain Marvel, which is better?
Well, Captain Marvel's better, but not by much. I mean, at least with Captain Marvel, it's somewhat stuck to an overall story arc where, you know, it's the Tesseract, and you're like, okay, like it's obviously she's a plot device for Endgame, but you know, there's an overall theme is sticking to. Birds of Prey is like she mentions the Suicide Squad movie, and she even mentions that she got arrested by fucking Batman. But other than that, there's no other. It's very clearly a cash grab. Like there's no dialogue that makes you give a shit about her. And then like the random MacGuffin that they put in, it's just so out of place. Like, oh, it's this diamond that had the access codes to a bank account. And then like they mention it once, and then Black Mask is after it, and then the kid had it, and then like the kid swallows it, and they're just like, oh well, now they want the kid, and well, I'm gonna turn the kid in so the city stops coming after me. Well, half the fucking movie you're going on about how, you know, I'm free and blah 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 blah, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like they're just throwing things in the movie. Like, hey, this is the thing they're after. So we have that makes it the middle of the movie, right? Okay, cool. And oh, here's the thing. So now they know. Here's the final confrontation, and it's her. You know, yeah, we just randomly had the bad guys there, but that's fine. That's fine. They're after the thing now, and then oh, hey, the good guys win. Oh yeah, we had that thing. Yeah, the cops got it, and it's fine. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm gonna take option C. Just give me a bullet, because I'm not gonna watch either of them again, and they're both dog shit. I just don't care.
By the way, folks, we just hit 1,000 people watching. Give us a thumbs up, please, if you wouldn't mind. Help us, let us know that you like these topics when we keep making fun of Turds of Prey and anything else that you guys like. But this movie, I remember, like I said on the High Council, we had the Suicide Squad come out in 2016. It was so bad, Dion and I did 2 reviews on it back in the day.
Yeah.
And then we got to this, and I saw the trailer, and I thought, no, thank you. So I just want to thank you guys personally for, biting the bullet and seeing this on behalf of the channel, because I think I'd go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, once again, if I didn't have free movie tickets, I wouldn't have gone to see it. But it wasn't good. It wasn't fun. It was a pain in the ass, and like it just, I don't know. They just kept harking on weird things, and it was a cash grab, and it was it was an hour and a half of my life I'll never get back. It was just not something I wanted to go see.
Well, and the thing that stuck out to me was obviously, I took my wife to go see it. She wanted to see it, and Hillary's a very casual comic book fan, and even at the end of the movie, she's like, it wasn't a good movie. She's like, I had fun, kinda, but she's like, it wasn't a very good movie. She's like, the story was just kind of meh, and she's like, I didn't even know who half these people were, and which, the not knowing who people were isn't exactly an indication that it's bad. But at the same point, they just threw names in the movie, and she's like, well, the Huntress thing, they just kind of threw that in there. And it's just like, they just like, it's even someone who doesn't read comic books who just wanted to see it because it was like, hey, she likes Margot Robbie and blah, 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 blah. Even to her, it felt like a fucking cobbled together movie. Like it felt like chops of the movie were made up by 5 different people. Like, hey, we're going to give you a character, you a character, you a character, you a character, and you a character. You write your part of the movie, and then we'll just put it together. And it totally fucking like it was like a goddamn college research paper, group paper, or some shit. It was really weird. It was just this. you know, like, hey, everyone's gonna remember Harley Quinn, and they're gonna come watch it. We did our jobs. Thanks.
First off, Albatross Flight says Horton hears a who, Amber hears a poo.
More like feels a poo.
Makes one, yeah. Dirty woman. But Mongo's Big Thing has a question about the film. Were there any competent men in Birds of Prey?
No, there weren't. I mean, the only like good dude in it was the guy who saved Huntress as a kid, but even then he starts out as a fucking gangster. You know, Montoya, like and they specifically made it part of her character's introduction was that, oh, she had a partner and she had a big case, but her partner stole all the credit and became captain. And it's just like that. How does that fucking work?
Yeah, and you see that it's a dude who was her partner, and that's who screwed her over. It was just like, that's weird. Whatever.
And the thing that make and that's definitely more of a subconscious thing that the way they did in the movie was she's trying to bust, the crime families in Gotham, and so remember that partner that stole the credit and got promoted? It's the captain. And Harley fucking narrates it. It's like, one, how the fuck would you know that? Two, whatever. So they're showing the scene where he's supposed to be an asshole, and it's him, Montoya, and the district assistant, the ADA sitting next to her, who the ADA, they randomly throw it out there. Oh, and her ex just happens to be the ADA. So it's her ex-girlfriend who happens to be the district attorney. And so they're like, so it's supposed to be where they're mistreating her because she wants to build this case, but every bit of dialogue that they're throwing out there is legitimate. Like, they're like, yo, you don't have any fucking evidence. I need more evidence to work this fucking case. Well, do you have such and such and such? She goes, no. I'm like, how are they being the assholes here? Like, they're asking her follow-up questions. She does not have the answers to them, and everybody's like, well, it's gotta be the so-and-so. It's like, well, how can you prove that? How can you prove that? And then it's like, oh, well, she's, we're looking for the diamond. Like, how would you know that they're looking for the fucking diamond? Apparently that happened years ago. So that was like the weirdest scene. And then she goes, oh, and it clearly shows Montoya about to throw her ex-girlfriend under the bus. Oh, well, the DA's been having this case on for years. And the chick looks at her, and then they walk out. She goes, you're fucking with my career. Why would you do that? And I'm like, this is supposed to make her look like the victim here, right? Why are they showing her being an asshole, an incompetent asshole at that? And
and like, apparently she drinks a lot and shows up to work late and is just like a piece of shit in general. And they're just like, oh yeah, she's mad at her boss, she's mad at her partner because he's the boss now, because like basically he did his job and did a good job, and that's why he's
yeah. And the only asshole thing he does is she gets she's chasing Harley Quinn, gets garbage thrown on her, and he's like, well, we do have a dress code. That's the most thing he does. But even when like her ex-girlfriend's like, maybe you should have a drink, it's noon, and she's like, what? And it's just like, fuck, she's drinking on the job. She's a cop. That's not a good thing. Like, how are they trying to make Montoya be a fucking drunk at work? And then like, no, that's just a personality trait. She's not the girlfriend. Like, you shouldn't be drinking at work. Like, that's a serious fucking issue. They just don't touch on her having drinking problems. They're just like, they bring it up. It was very much Claudette having cancer in the room. Like, oh, you have a drinking problem at noon. You should have a drink. What? And then at the end, she finds Harley Quinn supposedly drunk, gets her ass kicked, but then for the final fight, she's not drunk anymore. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's fucking like, oh, this fucking movie, dude. It's
Also, every now and again, when you see somebody that that might beat her up, whatever, she does this thing where like the screen will pause and it's like name and then grievance that the person has with her. And she does that for Black Mask, and it's like name, Black Mask, grievance, and like two of the things that pop up are like vagina and voted for Bernie. I'm just like, really? Why are those things there? That's weird.
Which is funny because again, she's a fucking psychopath, and you want people to be like, yeah, psychopaths vote for Bernie Sanders. Like that's what they tried to make funny. And it's like, so the guy doesn't like her and wants to kill her because she has a vagina and she voted for Bernie. And like they try to do it really quickly. Like, oh, he's a criminal, he's an asshole. He hates her because she has a vagina and voted for Bernie. The scene before that is her randomly breaking a driver's kneecaps. You've established that she's a fucking asshole. Black Canary literally says, hey, you're the asshole that nobody likes. You're trying to say no one likes Harley Quinn. But then you're like, hey, the problem that they have with her is that she has a vagina, she votes for Bernie. I'm like, what's the vibe in this? What do you want to be? What is this movie trying to fucking be?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it was real quick, and I remember catching that. I was like, "That's weird. Why would that be here? What are you trying to do?" Yeah, and even I don't know. It's funny because Huntress' character gets done with her mission or whatever, with her revenge thing. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave," and then they're like, "No, we need you. We need you to help us randomly get this little girl out of the situation because you've shown up to this thing right now, and you're part of it all of a sudden, even though we don't know who you are."
Yeah. Like she wanted to kill Victor Jazz. She's like, "Yep, well, I'm done, so I'm gonna leave." And it's like, oh wait, well, technically the guy who hired him was so and so. I'm like, then why the fuck did you just make that the goddamn plot point from the beginning? You motherfuckers are writing the fucking movie. You can put that in the movie. Why you have this line that literally says she's just here on a technicality? What the fuck?
Yeah, it like all the little things that happen were just like, oh, okay, sure, fine, whatever. It was just weird.
Yeah, dude.
Well, our friend Cesario Japan sent, excuse me, can't speak, I'm so congested. Our friend Cesario Japan sent in the super chat that says, so comicbook.com had this article where Margot did research for the movie by reading comic books. What comics did she actually read for this? It looks like she read the wrong stuff or misinterpreted.
I don't know. I remember seeing a thing about that. I think Screen Rant or Mojo something, or the other did something about like the 8 things that Margot Robbie. I mean, sorry, Harley. Margot Robbie did for getting the role of Harley Quinn or something like that. I was like, and I thought that was interesting. But I mean, yeah, I mean she did a good job of being Harley Quinn because that's who she was. But yeah, I mean that's who she's going to be for the next 5 or 6 movies. Who knows? But that's about it, man. I mean, like it was all right.
Well, I mean, listen, if she read comic books to get the character, listen, I did think that she was one of the better people in Suicide Squad for sure. But if she's saying she read them for Birds of Prey, she's fucking lying because she probably, she knew who the character was for Suicide Squad. For Birds of Prey, she probably just watched episodes of the animated fucking series and of Justice League and watched some videos. But if she read comic books for Birds of Prey, she's either lying or she's just not admitting that, hey, the studio wanted me to do this thing and I just fucking did it. Because, again, there was zero emphasis. Like, outside of her, being drunk and being upset that her and the Joker broken up, there's no, like, she's still not this, emancipation of Harley Quinn. There's no indication that she's on her own outside of she has a kid as an apprentice at the end of the fucking movie. There's, like I said, there's no explanation of her, dealing with the fact that she's not with this abusive fucking crazy person. There's no explanation of, there's nothing in the movie where you're like, this is who Harley is after leaving the Joker, because they specifically made it such a huge part of the beginning of the film that there's no answer to that. There's nothing where you can say, hey, this is who Harley Quinn is after all that shit happens. The kid in the movie is literally the little plot device where, hey, she's now has an apprentice. That's not a fucking character trait. And it comes off as so fucking ham-fisted. You literally have zero change feelings about Harley Quinn at the end of the movie than compared to when you did at the beginning of the movie.
Well, I feel like the Harley Quinn, this new roller derby Harley Quinn that they're trying to adapt and make more popular sucks. Like this Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti one.
Even that roller derby scene that I guess they keep showing all the time only is like a small portion of the movie. It's like in the beginning for 2 or 3 minutes. That's it.
Well, it's like I'm not saying everything you adapt has to be the old version. Clearly, you don't want that. But like, what the fuck is this version? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know, man.
It's really this is why it comes off so stilted, right? Because, and again, comicbookresource.com. This is why you guys fucking suck. And WB clearly feeds into this, where this is supposed to be about female empowerment. and Comic Book Research just had an article come out where they said, the majority of the false or the bad reviews are from men. And in one of the lines they have in the article is, this is supposed to be a empowerment movie that sheds light on a taboo subject of women being, main characters or something like that. And it's like, why is it being, especially in the comic book version, if it's supposed to be about empowerment, why one is she so still overly sexualized? If you're saying that you want women to come in this movie, why are you harping so much on her, being sexy and stripping and doing all this shit? Then on top of that shit, oh well, it's about empowerment. Not one fucking time do they explore the fact, like I said again, that she's leaving an abusive relationship with the fucking most influential villain on DC's fucking docket. Clearly, Joker is the big fucking villain. The movie just won a goddamn Oscar. The guy who played him just won a goddamn Oscar. Why would you not, even if you just knew that they were making the Joker, you didn't know that it was going to be a huge hit? Why would you not explore the fact that, hey, we want this to be about empowerment, right? We're going to wave this flag. We want everyone to know that it's about empowerment, but we're going to make it be about, oh, she just broke up with Mr. J, and now she is selling kids to save her own ass, and she is still being this random villain, and you have pieces of dialogue where people specifically say, you're the asshole no one likes. How is, what are we empowering here? People, chicks who are just unlikable? Like, what's the message here, dude? And that's why it comes off so goddamn stilted, especially when you're writing articles about, most of the bad reviews are men. Two things can be true. A movie can be bad, and the dudes who write bad reviews just happen to be guys. There are plenty of female reviewers that also said this movie is not fucking that good. Sorry. It's just not a good goddamn movie, especially when that's the reason why that's the issue when you wave that flag about trying to make an example and showing empowerment. If you do it, you better make goddamn sure that movie is good, because you have issues like this where you cared so much about the empowerment piece, you forgot to write a character that people want to be fucking empowered. Harley Quinn's a piece of shit the entire movie. And then at the end, oh yeah, I made her my apprentice. Okay, so that's supposed to absolve all this shit? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, she took the kid in off the streets and is teaching her to steal and be a piece of shit and get into an abusive relationship just like her is, and that's going to be her future.
Even so, the kid clearly had parents in the movie, so she's helping this kid run away. Like, what the fuck, dude?
She's basically kidnapping this kid right now.
Yeah, they don't never touch on her parents outside of showing them arguing.
And not even that. You just hear them arguing. That's it.
Yeah, you hear them arguing. It's like, Black, it's gonna get better, kid. And then she's running away with a fucking psycho killer. Yeah, that's gonna turn out great.
Well, no, also, one thing I love about the kid is that they make her. She's like, oh, have you ever heard of the Joker? The kid's like, what? Huh? So the kid's never heard of the Joker, even though she lived in this city for I would assume for a while. Never heard of the Joker. Never heard of Harley Quinn. Never heard of Batman. Because she's trying to tell the kid about these characters, and she's like, "What? Who are you talking about?" Like, the kid's been on her phone for the past 12 years or something, and just never looked up. And it was really weird because had she known about these characters, she would have known that Harley Quinn's a psychopath, and don't interact with her. Just walk away. Just walk away. Don't say anything. Don't say anything at all. Just walk away. It's weird. It was just such a strange thing, man. The whole female empowerment thing, I don't know how this would be female empowerment, because it's not really a good story. You're just harking on the females because they're female, especially Montoya, because she's a shitty person. Doesn't make sense. The only person that could be female empowerment is Huntress, but she finishes her mission 3/4 of the way through the movie and just wants to leave, but she doesn't.
Yeah, the more you tell me about this, the more I'm just like, yeah, this makes very little sense.
It really
Dude, it was weird. It was weird.
And to Nick's point about the empowerment thing, it's made by people who love the word empowerment but have very little understanding of what that means.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking apparent. Like, I just don't, again, I don't like, you made a character specifically unlikable for these other characters that are also unlikable. And then the ones that aren't necessarily unlikable, you don't know anything about. You saw a clip of them, and then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to like Huntress now. Oh, okay, well, and no disrespect to what's her name lady that plays her, but it's like, yo, she just kind of is a dick to them the whole time. Everyone's a dick, and it's like, what the fuck?
That's true.
I don't care about any of these people.
Even like yeah, they're all dicks to each other because Canary's just like, oh, fuck you all, like, why am I here? And Montoya's just like, I'm a cop, you're all arrested. It's like, no, they're not, because you're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Cassandra Cain is just like, I need to get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna die. And it's just like, I don't know, it was a whole like it's weird. It's just so strange.
Everyone's a dick. The kid is fucking unlikable. She's being an asshole the whole time. Again, Montoya's drinking on the fucking job apparently and trying to throw her ex-girlfriend under the fucking bus. And then obviously Black Canary is, and then she has this really fucking dumb fight scene where she saves these guys from kidnapping Harley Quinn, and then she helps her, and then she's just like, yeah, you're a dick, whatever. And it's like, bitch, then why'd you save her? What the fuck are you? Because you're supposed to be a hero, but you're also working for a dude who you know is a piece of shit. The only thing that she does redeemable is she calls Montoya and says, the kid's name is da 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 da, and she's got the diamond. Then she's a fucking asshole the rest of the time, and then you're supposed to cheer for her when she uses her powers, but it's like, okay, well, she sang and she can fight, and then now she's fighting with them, and they're all cool.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, you don't know she has powers until you use them one time in the movie at like the peak where they need her to. That's it. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't know she had that. That's weird. Why didn't she use it before? But whatever.
Well, let's, like I said, you guys are just making me not want to see this more and more. And a lot of the people in the chat are just like, it sounds stupid. The empowerment thing, the disempowerment thing. I want some cool DC movies, People say, well, you just like Marvel movies. No, I really like DC stuff a lot. Dion knows how much I like Batman.
Yeah, but it's just like, WB and whoever they pick to make these movies and who they give the properties to, they're just like, oh yeah, just make some money and give us a cut, it's fine, whatever. We don't care. It's like, care, because look what happened with Joker. On $60 million, you made $1 billion.
Yeah, but they
let's say 90 with advertising. Let's say 90 with advertising, still $1 billion.
True.
I mean, like, how do you go from that to this? How did Joker seem like a good idea, and you went to Birds of Prey and it's like, you know what, fuck it, let it go.
Well, and then too, this idea again. I'm all for having different types of heroes and anti-heroes and exploring this bullshit in movies. It's fun, but you have to do your job. Your job is to make a good fucking movie. When you can sprinkle in a message, but when you're so heavy-handed, especially when you've got websites like Comic Book Resource pushing this, oh, this is supposed to be a movie about empowerment. No, dummy. It's supposed to be a movie about fucking Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker and meeting the Birds of Prey. That's what it's supposed to be about. If you want it to be about something else, go watch a goddamn National Geographic documentary.
What?
Go, actually go and read an award-winning comic book, series. If you want this movie to be, if you wanted to do that, you should fucking copy movies like Mad Max Fury Road. Furiosa doesn't win every fucking fight. She goes through the goddamn ringer.
Yeah, but she's a badass though, dude. She's a fully badass. I love that movie. Charlize Theron's amazing in it. It was a
at the end
great
of the
movie.
She's got a huge black eye. She can't walk on her own. Like, she fucking goes through the shit.
Yeah.
Copy those movies. Like, people want to see heroes overcome adversity, not be a dick and then figure shit out in the end. That's
exactly. And heroes have to have a journey. There has to be obstacles. There have to be, and in the middle of it, there has to be that point of just like, do I want to keep going or do I want to quit? And then obviously they keep going, but there has to be that internal and external fight. There has to be real drama go on. It can't just be this easy thing, like Star Wars with Rey, where it's like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me. I know the Force regardless, and I'm just gonna just mosey on through all this. It's cool. Right. It's whatever.
And you not take any licks, take any take any shots, take any losses. No one wants to see the all-time greatest undefeated fucking player without seeing them overcome some shit. The reason it works in sports is because you got people trying their hardest against them. You can tell there's a form of competition in movies. You can't translate that shit. That's one reason, even in wrestling, so many shitty characters when dudes fucking win all the time. When you know that there's someone who sat down and wrote it down and wrote the ending, that's not compelling. I don't want to see 5 chicks being assholes for 90 minutes, just kind of do their own thing at the end. That's not interesting. I don't give a shit about them.
No, I don't either. Like I said, I'm pieced out on this one. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. We took the hit for it, and we were, we thought it'd be a good idea. So,
well, the chat thanks you. The audience thanks you.
The audience, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
toxic masculinity. Thank you.
Shit, man. And that's what pissed me off too. It's like, oh well, it's all the bad reviews are men. Like, bitch, if it's a bad movie, what do you expect? Like, you expect everyone. Like, do you like? And even if you follow that trend of logic, do you want it to be all women on one side and all men on the other side talking about this movie? No, because you'd be suspicious as shit. You'd be like, if all the women reviewers watch this movie, why would they all like it? If only all men disliked it, well then,
yeah. And
why would they dislike it? You wouldn't trust it anyway.
And even then, movies are there to make money. They're there for the entire audience.
Yes.
And if you don't cater to a wider audience, then you're gonna become like these movies, like Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, or like the remake of Black Christmas, or it's a Terminator, Dark Fate,
I don't want to watch that shit.
Or fucking what was it, Charlie's Angels? That's what you become, especially when See, we should have known this shit was going to happen with Harley Quinn, because we had Margot Robbie do like 3, like she didn't also act. She was also a producer as well. Like, she did more work than she had to.
Yep.
When it seems like, and I hate to be this guy, but it seems like one of the females in the movie is doing more work than she has to. It seems like it's a bad idea, and the movie's gonna kind of go to shit.
Well, not only that, I think you touched on something very important. I think that's the same issue that Elizabeth Banks just ran into. That's the same fucking issue when anytime you hear that Wendy Williams is making a goddamn documentary. when this constant need to prove something, right? Where, well, I want to prove that women can do it too. I want to prove that that women can sell movies too. Obviously they can. You got the job already. What they wouldn't give you the job and give you hundreds of millions of dollars if there wasn't some form of belief in what the fuck that you're going behind. So you might as well do it the right way. Do it the way that you learned it. If you're telling me, if Elizabeth, and this is why Elizabeth Banks got ranked over the coals, and she fucking deserved it. As much as I love her, I love Zach Miri Made a Porno. I think she's hilarious, but she took an ass whooping in 2019, and she fucking deserved it. Because if you learn to make a movie a certain way, right? And she's gone on multiple times about, people giving her chances and learning what makes a good movie and knowing to take advantage of the opportunities that she's gotten because of other great people in the business. If you learn that way, why the fuck would you deviate from that? You knew how to make a goddamn good movie about Charlie's Angels. But you wanted to make a statement first. You should have made the movie first. That's how you got where you are. Why wouldn't you just do that thing? Same thing with Margot Robbie. If you became the goddamn producer, and who knows what all that fucking means. You became the producer of Birds of Prey, and you have oversight in the story. You claim that you read the goddamn comic books. Like I said, you either lied or you didn't read the right ones, or you deviated from the goddamn comic books. Why wouldn't you just do the thing that got you there? If it's not broke, why the fuck are you trying to fix it? The fucking DC of all people who can't fucking get away from the shit pile in the corner of the room is giving you hundreds of millions of dollars to make this movie, or at least paying you to have oversight in the goddamn story. Why wouldn't you just do that? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not talking Mandarin Chinese here. Shit.
You sure about that?
Well, apparently, the coronavirus was the reason this movie didn't make any money.
Well, of course,
Oh,
it's the
yeah, that's
coronavirus's fault.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So let's see what the listeners are saying, folks, in the chat. Let's see. Dixon Cider says ancient forces of WWF transformed Jeff into Andrea the Ever Wrestling. Can't I just be Andre the Giant Jr. instead of being turned into Andrea?
Nope. You are Andrea the Ever Wrestling from here on out.
I don't want to be Andrea.
That's what they dubbed you.
Fair. Fine, Dixon Cider. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm sorry Dion stole part of your P.O. box stuff for my mom.
Son of a bitch.
Well, Dion, speak of the devil. Anyway, Son of Gale says, so in regard to the Goonies making of series, BS that's coming, pretty sure American Dad did it already and did it better.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, and that to me is like I'm a huge Goonies fan, and that just seems like they're just trying to like bank on a few people who like the movie, trying to watch this TV show for 8 seasons. Like, I'm sorry, but it's a bad idea. Of like, she wants to help these kids try to help make a remake of like she's trying to help some grade school or high school kids do a shot for shot remake of a movie when they have no skills in what they're doing. Like, it's weird. It's strange, and I'm not a fan of it, and I hope it doesn't get made.
God damn it! Now that people are calling me Andrea.
You should have leaned into it, man. That's how you get past it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dixon Cider.
Need to learn the art of the no sell.
Wow. Dio Brando says, I hope Harley is teaching her how to scissor proper.
There you go.
Damn.
I mean, I guess that's a movie that no one will go see. Well, Birds of Prey is a movie no one went to see either. So, I mean, what can we say?
Hey. If there's a movie called Scissoring Proper and it's starring Margot Robbie, my ass is going.
Yeah, I'm buying everybody in the chat a ticket.
Your ass is going. The rest of you is coming.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first $3 billion picture.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And everybody liked it, men and women. It got rave reviews.
It was a moist time had by all.
Yeah.
Not a dry seat in the house.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The literal
We're all
seats because
Paul
everybody
Rubens
was
that day.
nutting in their corners.
Thank you, Kendo. I heard you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Our friend Liquor Jim says, just got time to puke at an LA debutante bungalow, but no time to open a P.O. box. Liquor Jim, I actually do have a P.O. box out here. I'll give you guys the address next week, I promise. I got to take care of one more piece of paperwork for it, but I didn't puke at an LA debutante bungalow. Puked in our front yard. It was like
That
Gary.
shit happens.
It was like Gary out of Team America World Police.
Oh my God. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I woke up the next morning. I felt like I've been punched in the stomach by like 45 Russian dudes, just nonstop.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's been a rough week.
A lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. Cesaria Japan says the feeling where Halle Berry's Catwoman was more accurate than Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey. Something blah blah Harley Davidson Quinn. It's pretty accurate to how people feel about, the creators of this feel about the film's accuracy. So
Yeah, well, hey, I'd still bet that Harley Quinn plays way worse basketball than Halle Berry's Catwoman.
game.
I forgot about that scene.
I forgot about that
bad
movie.
I just felt bad for what's his name, Benjamin Bratt, dude. That dude in that scene where she's just like that weird camera angle. Yeah, it's like, oh, dude. I hope that check didn't bounce, buddy. Because Jesus, if you didn't get paid enough for this movie, I feel terrible for you.
Yeah, but wasn't the movie about like some skin cream that made your face like invincible or
Yeah.
some shit?
It's fucking sold by Sharon Stone.
Yeah. I remember that being like somewhat of the plot. I was like, this is weird. This is
Yeah.
strange.
Talk about empowerment. Like, y'all are women. Y'all like cats and makeup. We got the movie for you.
It sounds like a college Halloween party.
Heck yeah, dude. It's a weird ass fucking movie. Yeah. That's always in the background every time Catwoman does something. Yeah. Like, women love that shit. Just some random chick in the background. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Cindy, stop doing that shit. I'm trying to watch the guy.
No, it was Whitney. It was Whitney. Okay,
Whitney, my bad. My people, Catwoman. Yeah.
Let's see what we got next. Our friend Andrew Clark says, "Will WCBS be at the Goonies Day 2020 in Astoria, Oregon?" I wish.
Yeah, man. I wish too. That'd be awesome.
I mean, I'm the closest one to it, but I don't know if I'll be available. Let me check just the date, just for curiosity. Let's see. Oh, crap, I don't want to open that. Goonies Day. If I could spell Goonies properly. 2020. So Goonies Day 2020 is on June 5th to the 7th. Maybe. I'm saying it's a maybe still. That's all I can say. It's a maybe. Because I will be in the area still. So maybe Andrew Clark. If so, obviously we're going to announce it. We're going to broadcast from there. We'll make a whole big thing. But right now it's a maybe. Dr. Coffinail says DC and Warner is like a porn star with the biggest dick in the world that can't figure out how to get it up. Didn't Joe Quesada say that?
I think so. That's crazy.
Dix Insider meant to say Andre. My bad.
Too late.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Because Samurai says you don't get to choose your legacy, Andrea.
Yep.
Now, don't worry, McKinney90. I didn't forget your message. McKinney90 says, P.S. Jerry Conway is so full of crap about what he said on Birds of Prey and the teenage boys who didn't see it. McKinney90, tomorrow's video, I cover the Jerry Conway stuff a little more in depth because Jerry Conway is a comic book legend. I respect his work, his legacy, especially on Spider-Man, my favorite character. So it really bothers me when these older writers are so out of touch. I know they don't tweet this shit because a little blurb's going to help them sell a couple more books. But, you're so out of it, dude. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I mean, when all of a sudden, you have your new Twitter account because you realize what that is and you want to start being woke, I mean, it's just going to fuck you in the end.
Yeah. Like at the drive-thru. They fuck you at the drive-thru.
Yeah, I always fuck in the drive-thru.
Even if the point was, because little teenage boys didn't go see it. Bitch, how is it the fucking teenage boys' fault? If the movie's not good, they're not gonna come see some shit because
also
do the right thing, kids.
Also, it's rated R. How are they gonna get in?
Yeah, that's not how this works, dude.
Yeah, so
teenage boys didn't go see it. Well, then make a movie teenage boys want to see, dummy.
I mean, look. Everybody remembers the ad campaign for Deadpool. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
there were so many odd, weird commercials that came out of it. You were just like, I want to go see this now. When's it coming out? All right, I gotta wait that long. Shit. All right, I'll do it then. That's fine. But it was so much fun and so funny that you were just like, this is a great movie.
Yeah,
it was violent as shit. It was rated R. It was dirty. It was great. It was a good time.
Oh, yeah, it was a great movie. I bought it twice.
Shit. Yeah, but for some reason, you can't do that with Harley Quinn and make it empowering.
Yeah. Let's see. Dion's chair says Dion prefers Grace from Terminator Dark Fate over Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad.
God damn it.
I know this because you sweat more when you look at your Grace cutout.
Oh. Listen, my kinks being associated with Caucasian ladies and wife beaters notwithstanding, I did not watch Dark Fate.
You know what? Dion's chair, that is the greatest message of the evening. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
Yep.
Let's see, where is that at? I can't.
We approve that message.
Yeah. Dion's chair, you're the real MVP of the night. Thank you, sir. Thank you, friend. Dion, why'd you watch Terminator? Why'd you lie?
I didn't.
Jeff, okay. I believe that Dion has not seen Dark Fate once.
Oh, fuck you.
It's been more than that.
Son of a bitch. No, Dion, this year at Christmas, I'm buying you the entire Terminator Dark Fate line.
No.
4K Blu-ray, standard Blu-ray, DVD. I'll get some asshole to transfer it to a VHS tape for me. I'll get you the NECA figures.
For the custom box.
I'll make you a custom box myself.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
You know what? And I'll see your shitty gift and raise it to you. I'll give it to fucking Devin.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be hard to give away that many copies because
Nope.
on a
I'll find
whim,
a way.
somebody sent us 12 copies of Alita Battle Angel. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that would just love to send you copies of Terminator Dark Fate.
Don't
Oh
you
my
do it.
God.
Don't
guys,
you
next week
do
we're
it.
going to have our P.O. Box address announced. I want everyone to mail Dion a copy of Terminator Dark
Nope.
Fate.
No, don't you guys do it. Do not
Any and all
fucking
format.
do that to me. They told me I had to go see that movie. I did what I was asked to do, but still, I was betrayed. I was betrayed here.
And
The sound of betrayal. The big top 10 betrayal in all of anime is me not going to go see Dark Fate, and here we are. No respect on my name. All three of these guys, running my reputation that I've built over years of this show, busting my ass, trying to be the man with the plan, the original tan. Well, now I've been betrayed.
Well, busting makes me feel good, so there we go.
That's right. And busting into those copies are gonna make Dion feel great.
Oh yeah, that fresh smell of Mackenzie Davis. Mackenzie Phillips. That was that chick from One Day at a Time, right?
Dude, that
Terminator
was so woke. Oh my god.
No, the best part was Tim Miller being like, "Oh, misogynists are gonna be scared of this movie. Yeah, scared to pay money to go see it, bitch.
Exactly.
Good job.
Exactly.
Good job. You won."
But the whole
Got what you wanted.
Mexico thing, and like there was so much like wokeness in that. It was just not even. Oh god. And then like him being called Carl and owning a fucking carpet company, and his wife not realizing that he's a goddamn robot because he's got no junk.
By the way, this is the mistake I made. I thought this is who I said Mackenzie Phillips. So there you go. Look at that.
Oh jeez.
She kind of looks like what's her name from The Shining.
Well,
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
She
Hi,
was-
I'm Shelley Duvall. I'm Shelley Duvall.
Do you remember American Graffiti?
Yeah.
You remember the little girl in the car that was really irritating? That's her.
Yeah.
That's her. Oh god. Also, she's in the show on that wasn't Disney Channel years ago. It's on Disney Plus now called So Weird. She plays the mom.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
Hi, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, you should really look at her bio. She's got a really messed up past.
Oh yeah, I know. I just was like, Mackenzie Phillips. Wait, that's Mackenzie Phillips. Yes, Mackenzie Phillips. And this is the voice of CNN. Let's see. Logan Michael Anti Funko Pop says, I recently pre-ordered the Mego Michael Myers off BBTS. There are no pics, but they show it off at Toy Fair. They're also making a Leatherface. Well, Logan Michael, Mego and Michael Myers seems to go hand in hand. If it was only 1978 and Mego was making it, when it was new. But I'll check it out. I can't wait for Toy Fair. Personally, I know I'm going to be buying a lot of shit I don't need. But hey, I am. Carl Page says, you guys should do a drunk commentary on Catwoman. You guys want to do it over on Patreon this month?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Or no, wait. Or do we want to do it live where we drink to it like we did Captain Marvel?
Ooh. Yeah, live for sure.
Yeah, we'll do it live for the audience that's here.
I get Hillary to watch it with us and shit too, and then we'll dance to the background music of all the Catwoman scenes.
Yeah, and then then we can put it up on Patreon afterwards, so everybody has to watch it like that.
Yep, there we go. We'll do it live, folks. One day this month, we'll set aside a night and we'll watch Catwoman drunk and live.
Oh boy.
We'll thank Carl Page. Your kidneys are gonna need it. And our friend Dix Insider says, I meant Andre, Jeff. My bad. Horse, Dion. Horse.
Well.
I actually am not mad about the specific effort to take a shot at me at the end of that super chat. Horse, motherfucker. Horse.
So,
I love you too, motherfucker.
Now, mistakes are a part of your life. Everybody makes mistakes. We all have made them. I'm sure I've made some on this show. I know I have. Tattoos on your face are definitely a mistake that I'll never make in my life. I'm pretty sure none of us will. Do any of us here even have a tattoo?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. We don't tattoo shame, but we're not really tattoo enthusiasts. But when a celebrity gets a face tattoo, their career's dead, and they're probably dead on the inside. So I saw this right before we went on air because I figured initially I was going to talk about Natalie Portman and her dress at the Oscars, how it had all the names of the women who were snubbed embroidered in it. And I thought, that's just really boring and stupid, like Natalie Portman herself. So why don't we make fun of some celebrities who got face tattoos and how E! Online is trying to act like it's a smart move in 2020? Are we cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this is how we're going to close out the show. So Amber Rose has a face tattoo.
Oh, God damn it. Why Amber Rose?
I know.
She's
I like
so
Amber
fucking
Rose.
hot.
Yeah. Well,
How would
she's
you
not
do
hot
that?
anymore.
No, now she looks like fucking Post Malone.
She got
Looks like a fucking
forehead.
barcode.
She got it on her forehead. What? Oh no, Amber. Amber.
It reads //
Oh, dude. She's gonna wake up in like 2 weeks and be like, "Why did I do this?"
This is the greatest thing ever. Backslash.
I bet you $10 she has this removed by 2022.
Dude, I bet you $10.
I was gonna say it's gonna be by next year.
Yeah, I'm saying before Thanksgiving. Holy
Here's the other question: is she gonna get it lasered off, or is she gonna have part of her butt on her face, like just remove the skin kind of thing?
I'm thinking she can afford the like really expensive surgery.
Well, the butt thing, she can't be hurting the investment with the butt.
The moneymaker.
Yeah, baby. Oh my god, that's almost funnier than when she started doing the whole Kanye's anal playlist thing. Oh my god, that's so funny. Fucking // Holy shit, that's hilarious. On her forehead. That's the universal sign of I'm a fucking dummy.
Up next is Justin Bieber, who has a tattoo that says Grace over his eyebrow.
I love the.
So he is the ultimate Terminator Dark Fate fan, Dion.
No, damn right he is. Probably wears a bunch of wife beaters too.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Up next, this used to be Amanda Bynes. That's the Amanda Show.
Dude. Dude.
I don't get it.
She's still unrecognizable. I don't know what happened to her. She's all fucked up.
She's crazy, man.
And she has
people's parking lots and shit.
Oh my god! And she has a shitty like amoeba on her face. Is this supposed to be a heart? What is that?
It's a heart.
Doesn't look like
it's a very misshapen one.
Like, did she get that done in prison? What happened?
I don't know. Now
she did it herself in the mirror.
You're not wrong.
She took a Bic pen and a safety pin.
Yeah.
And like, just stabbed her face. Stabbed her face for like 8 hours. Like, I'm gonna get this done. I swear.
Now I don't know who Presley Gerber is. Oh, never mind. It's Cindy Crawford's son, but he has the word "misunderstood" tattooed under his eye.
You're not misunderstood, Presley.
His name is Presley.
Yeah.
He's Cindy Crawford's son. Your name is Presley. Your mom's Cindy Crawford. She's been hot for forever. Calm the fuck down.
We're not misunderstanding anything here, kid.
Yeah. Definition of privilege.
Yeah.
It would be like Jane Smith getting that tattoo on his face. It's like no, you're just a rich little asshole who likes to say and do weird shit. That's all you are.
Well, what about Nick Kent? Would he get a tattoo like this?
No, Nick Kent would not get a tattoo like that.
All right.
Nick Kent has a giant S in his back.
He doesn't want to disappoint Ma and Pa.
No.
So I don't know who Halsey is, but she has this face tattoo next to her ear for Queen of Diamonds.
Okay.
Not so bad, I guess.
This is the epitome of mistake. This dude has a gym shoe tattooed to the side of his head.
Is that Drake?
Why?
Chris Brown.
No, it's Chris Brown. Okay.
Yeah. He's a dumbass.
Yeah, he is.
This looks fake, but it says it's from his Instagram.
Oh, he's stupid.
I don't know. It looks like it's very, very fresh, but I don't know. Who knows?
It looks stupid.
He's a dumbass.
It says "kick me here" with a shoe like this.
I'll probably kick Chris Brown in the face.
Yeah, fuck Chris Brown. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what this is. I think it's two women. This is Lil Xan.
That's a dude.
Oh, he's a rapist.
Oh, he's a rapist. Yes.
Yeah. He was actually selected for the Deadpool this year too.
Oh
man, little Xan. Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Lil Xan. Cool.
Hopefully your career goes somewhere because you look like shit.
Kat Von D.
Kat Von D has stars. Those are
Well, she has tattoos from fucking her neck down to her toes. Man, she's all tatted up anyways.
Yeah, hers are the least expensive. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of that being the least offensive, face tattoos are never a good idea. Like the neck is as far as you go, and even that's like suspect.
I like to think Mike Tyson wakes up every day and regrets his face tattoo.
Oh, I think he said as much. He definitely has said that he regrets it.
Now I don't know who Lil Pump is, but he has the Powerpuff Girls tattoo.
He's a rapist.
Another rapper yet.
He has a rocket ship tattooed under his right eye, a number 17 logo, and a really fresh fade, Dion. Look at the lines of the beard.
Oh my god! I wish I could grow up and make great decisions like Little Pumper.
I do too. I don't know what the fuck this is.
That's a dude who just got a lot of money off of one single that he made, and he's like, "I'm gonna get all the tattoos I want and my teeth done."
Well, Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh my god, dude!
Wow.
It's
What
okay.
are
It's
these?
okay. Are all these rap names or somebody just having a seizure with a keyboard?
I
Is that
think-
all it is?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
speaking of seizures, look at Post Malone.
Jesus.
He got a new tattoo that
Congratulations.
says "Always Tired."
Well, stop drinking Bud Light, bitch. What are you complaining
Yeah.
about?
So stop drinking Bud Light.
We have Kilani. I don't know who she is, but it's a heart. It looks like a dick.
It does look like a dick.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I would
Sometimes
say
you get
it's very
tats and what you
dick-looking.
like the most.
Well, I would get a tat of pizza then. Actually, you know I don't like pizza that much.
I don't know, man. Pizza is pretty good. I had pizza for lunch today.
Oh,
It
my
was
man,
delicious.
Aaron
Oh
Carter.
Jesus! I know. I think it
My
is.
man, Aaron
shit.
Carter.
Holy shit!
Yeah, do
just
you
trying
remember
to-
when this kid beat Shaq?
Oh,
remember.
dude, that fucking song.
The day
Yeah.
he beat Shaq. No, the actual time he beat Shaq, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't think- I don't
Yeah,
remember.
this is Aaron. Aaron Carter looks like Phil's roommate Nick.
he does.
Yeah.
He looks like Nick, who, if he liked PCP a lot.
Well, he's pretty much out of money, and I think he has the continent of is that Europe? Yeah, there's Italy tattooed on his
No,
arm.
there is. Yeah, it's faded out.
Shit, what an idiot! All right,
Does he have the Batman symbol on his chest? That's what it looks like.
no, it's not art. I don't know what I'm looking at, but goddamn, this is dumb.
You're looking
Yes,
at the kid who
it-
likes
it's
to
like-
party, bro.
Yeah, it's like you already don't have any money, and now you want to look like even more of an asshole. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Oh, jeez.
No.
Hey, I know him.
Yeah, that's a good way to.
little Wayne. Oh God.
Little Wayne.
So let's see what the chat was saying about this. Silverman said, "I should have got damage tattooed on her forehead." Yes, Amber Rose gets a Jared Leto Joker tattoo. I think that'd be sexy.
Jeez. Ah, God.
Dion's special horse little biscuit says,
Nice.
Servant of God 777 says, "Cool people don't get tattoos." Thank you, Servant of God 77. He says also, merch store when, and that's all in caps. Probably March this year. Perfect, because
I'm looking at Kat Von D's Instagram, and there's a guy on both arms. He's got his arms out, and it says "animal rights" on each arm.
no, thank you.
It's like, really? Ever had bacon, buddy? It tastes delicious.
Yeah, it was It was the highlight of my day.
Whatever.
Servant of God, I will make the announcement. The guys actually know about the new shirt design I came up with, so I got to finish actually make these things because I've been super busy. Like, channel had to go back to Ohio for the family death. Got to go back to Ohio tomorrow again. So, but when we do it, we'll do it right. So I'm taking all my stuff with me every time I travel. Maybe I'll get the stuff locked down and have the store built because we're still planning out where we want to get the shirts through. So. Darian 217, thank you very much. He says Amber Rose, money shot target area.
Oh God. Oh,
Our buddy Dean Holtzhoffel says, "Now I know Amber Rose is damaged like the Joker."
jeez.
Well, what rapper was she with?
Kanye.
Oh,
Was it with
Kanye.
Kanye?
Yeah, man. That's when all the Kanye's anal playlist stuff started.
Oh, I just thought you made that up.
I wish that shit was hilarious. It was a real thing.
Huh.
Hashtag Kanye's anal playlist was trending for a couple hours. It was hilarious.
You know what, JP Pac-Man, it doesn't make you a boomer. I don't know who half the fuck these people are either, so it's not a big deal. And finally, Dion's Chair sent in a very generous super chat. Thank you, Dion's Chair. Dion loves Dark Fate so much that he tattooed his pee-pee to make it look like a Terminator arm. Hashtag Dion busted a load during Dark Fate. Hashtag Sweaty Chair. Hashtag Terminator pee-pee.
I mean, Terminator pee-pee tat doesn't sound like a terrible idea, actually. Come here, babe. I'm gonna give you the Terminator arm.
Do it. That's all it is. You're just mouthing the song. That's all it is. Oh God.
Here's your dark fate, honey.
Logan Michael
Oh my God.
Pop says you should make a shirt that says Lil Pumper with a pic of Dion and Lil Pump tattoos.
Oh my God. Well, no. Apparently, what is it? Amber Rose was dated Kanye West and also dated Wiz Khalifa.
That's the one I thought she had the baby.
Yeah. No, it was Wiz Khalifa. Yeah.
He rolled up.
But also like she's been throwing around that whole rapper scene for a while now. So
Quite literally.
Yeah, literally. So yeah. Because it seems like if you check her Instagram, like she's like all these rappers all the way through it. I'm just like, oh, okay, you have a type.
Yep. She's caught many a dark fate.
Well, Dion, when Judgment Day comes. Our friend Micah Robinson, thank you very much. He says, just get the shirts made through Bunker Branding. Well, Micah, I actually took a screenshot of your message. I'm going to look into them and see what is up with Bunker Branding. I'm just looking for a dropship company that I can basically, like a Teespring or something like that. So thank you very much for the recommendation. And we'll let you guys know because we're going to be wearing the shirts. We'll have stuff for Horror Hound. Actually have a really cool concept Jesse came up with for Horror Hound, guys. I'll tell you that off air.
All right, man.
So, folks, we're going to get out of here. It's running kind of late. We got some stuff to do, and we'll be back later with more. Like I said, if you're a patron, go over and check out our Hall of Fame section. Tomorrow, you will have our political bullshit thing. I have another video coming out tomorrow, and I have a video that came out yesterday and one that came out a few days before that. So there's been a lot of content here on the channel. We had the High Council last night. Last week's podcast was fantastic, and tonight's show was a whole hell of a lot of fun. So, folks, on the way out, if you wouldn't mind, hit a thumbs up to let us know that you liked it. And we're going to get out of here. So, Nick, real quick, promote your shit.
All right, give me 1 second to get this running. Let's see.
Well, while you do, I'll read Jeffrist Hickle Super Chat, which is my parody account, apparently. Why did Dion Green watch Dark Fate? Find out on tonight's Unsolved Mysteries.
Nice. There we go. All right, there we go. What you're seeing on the screen now is the Kickstarter for the movie I worked on and apparently starred in. And also Jeff has a wonderful cameo in. It's called Mother News Presents Once Upon a Nightmare. We're looking for the pledge is $1,000 for the Kickstarter. We do have some nice perks going on here. We have Blu-rays, DVDs, posters, all kinds of stuff. There's a poster there you're seeing on there. Pledge $5, $10. Let's see what's here. $20 gets you a DVD. 25 gets you a signed Blu-ray. 30 gets you a signed DVD and poster. 35 gets you a signed Blu-ray and poster. So yeah, all kinds of stuff going on here. If you do not have the money to pledge, at least share it, do what you can. Whatever you can do is appreciated. But yeah, we're trying to get up to 1,000, a little bit more. If we get more than 1,000, we might have a proper screening at the Nice Theater in Atlanta, which is the Plaza Theater in downtown. But right now we've got somewhere else picked out that's just as nice. But more money we have, the more stuff we can do with it. So any little bit you can do will really help.
And like Nick said, I'm in it, so I won't tell you what I do in the movie until you watch it.
Dude, I still can't look at Cheese Dip the same. Okay, I really can't.
McKinney90 says, Jeff, you may want to look at Clownfish's TV video on Hasbro Star Wars toy sales improving. I already know about that. I'm glad Clownfish TV is making Star Wars toy videos, I guess, but we do it here on the channel the best, and we're going to be doing it on Monday. So make sure you guys check that out. I've been talking to a couple people behind the scenes and have some more footage of other things. Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says, tonight's lesson, Dion is Dark Fate pervert. Don't get face tattoos. Pop gay.
That about sums it up.
Yeah, weren't you Big Chocolate or something at the beginning of the show?
Yeah. Yep. Big chocolate.
Okay, I'm glad you're not Sexual Chocolate because that's Mark Henry's gimmick. And we just
Oh yeah, I don't do gimmicks. I protect the business.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching. We'll be back later with more content, and don't forget to be excellent to each other.
.com